I just built a short film all by myself and I didn't write a single prompt. And the film is about 3 minutes long and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the tool that I used to make this film. It's called invideo Agent 1, and once you see what this tool can do, you're not gonna use anything else. So let's just start right away. So the film is about 3 minutes long, so I'm not gonna play the whole film here. I will leave a link to the film in the description of the video so you can check it out yourself. There are some mistakes in the film, but that's fine because this was just the first try. So let me show you how I created this. To create this film, I went to invideo. I will put a link to invideo in the description of the video, so there you can check it out yourself. But here you have an Agent 1, and what it does is Agent 1 is gonna make the whole film for you. So you're not writing prompts anymore. You're basically just directing the whole film. And let me show you how it works. So here we have introducing Agent 1. So what I have is I have a script ready. I actually made this script with AI, and let me show you the script. So here you can see this is my script. It's actually a Storyflow document, and here it has all the information about my movie. So let me scroll down here. It has some log line, it has core theme, key, creative principles, like all the stuff about the movie. And then important part, the characters. I created these characters already before I started making this film, and this is important because I want to use these people in my movie, and that's exactly what it did. So I created these characters before, but you can also create these characters inside InVideo. So you don't have to create them if you don't want to, but I did it because I wanted to have everything in this document. Then we have some story flow, like the scenes, what happens in each scene. For this movie, I have 28 frames. So the whole movie is made out of 28 frames. So imagine if you would make an AI movie that is 28 frames, how much time would it cost you to make everything in one style, one color grade, with the same characters, the same background music, etc. So you can imagine how much time this would cost without doing it with an agent. So if you go back to Agent 1, this is where I thought about my movie. So I just tell him I want to make a 3-minute movie like that, and then you can add the Storyflow document and then it's gonna analyze it. So let's go to the movie actually where I have the whole project. So the Agent 1 starts with asking some questions about who is he. So you're gonna give it a name. I gave him my own name. Then he said, got it. And I told him, I want to make a short film. I'm attaching the treatment document so you can go through it and ask me in case you have any questions. So you're gonna give him this document if you have one. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can also just give him an idea. And then everything is gonna be in your project. So when we go to context, here is all the information about my project. When I scroll down here, you can see it. It has the characters, it has the hero journey, it has everything, which shots we're gonna use. Everything is in a document, and all the characters that I have is also here. So this is basically the document I uploaded. Then we also have the locations, and this is what the AI generated actually. So this is after it. So we start with uploading our document to it. Then we scroll down here, you can see here it's analyzing the document, and then it's making all these characters in the file here in our project actually. So the agent started asking me some questions like, what kind of movie do you want to make? How long this has to be, etc. So I gave him this information here, like I want a full AI generated movie, and I want to use the characters from my sheets in the PDF, and I want to have a 3-minute movie like 16:9. Then he said, okay, it's gonna analyze it. Then we're gonna go to phase 1, and this is where the characters and the locations are defined. So if you already have your characters in your document, that's fine. He doesn't need to create these characters. If you want the agent to create these characters for you, he can also do that. But I already did it, but I didn't have the location. So when we scroll down here, you can see at the beginning, this is what he first started creating. So this is the character he made for me, but I had my own character, so I didn't want to use this. So I just went to this image and then I clicked on mark as rejected, and it's not going to use this image. Let's look at the prompt here. Look at the prompt that he wrote. It's a really long prompt, and imagine if you have to do this yourself. So the agent is writing this long prompt for you, so you don't have to do research on which camera lens, what kind of effect do you want, etc. You just tell him in normal words, like you would tell me what kind of movie do you want. You just tell me in normal simple words and he understands everything. So let's scroll down through the notebook. So the notebook is actually where he created everything. He created these characters that I didn't use because I had my own. Then when we scroll to the top, we can see here are the locations he started generating. So this is based on my own idea. He made like these 4 locations for my movie. And later he asked me, do you like these locations? Do you want these? Yes or no? And I just tell him I like it or I didn't like it, regenerate it. And that is phase 1. You generate all these locations together with Agent 1. And then you go to phase 2, which is actually the color grading. So First, you have the locations and the characters. And then once you have that ready, let me scroll down here. When I scroll down here, you can see it says regenerate phase 1 and use Nano Banana Pro 4K. Actually, it was using GPT Image 2, but I wanted to have Nano Banana Pro 4K. So it regenerated these images without any problem. Let's scroll down. Then we look at what I said next to him. I said regenerate 1.1. This is not Brian. Brian is the main character in the movie and he generated his own character. And I wanted to use my own one that I had in the PDF. So I said regenerate it and use the one that's in the PDF. And he did it. And also it used Nano Banana Pro 4K. And that's the good thing about this is it's remembering everything you said. So if you're going to use a video generator, you have to write everything from scratch every time over and over again. With this, it remembers everything you said to him. It's not going to use anything else, using Nano Banana Pro 4K for everything in the movie now. Now let's scroll down a little bit more. Then I also said regenerate 15.1 using this reference image. So it generated a location that I didn't like and I gave him a reference image and it regenerated it again until I liked it. And there's another cool thing about the Agent 1 is that when there is some mistakes in the generation, it also sees that. So if there is some really stupid mistakes in the AI generation, it also sees that and it regenerates it until it looks good. Then I also had to regenerate some locations like I wanted to. Let's scroll down a bit more. So in phase 2, it actually started color grading everything. So wanted to make sure our movie is color graded the same way throughout the movie if you want to have that effect. If you want to have different color grades, that's also fine. You have to tell him that. I wanted to have a bit more in the same effect, everything. And that's exactly what I did, or actually he did. When we look at these images that he generated, if you look at the color grading, look at that. Everything looks like in the same style. And that way you have like a consistent style across the whole movie. Here we can see the other frames that he made. This one we didn't use because there was some text in the frame. And he also noticed that he started generating these from scratch again. So we have like these frames in the same color style like the first one, then also these, etc. And this is like the whole movie is based on images, and after images you get the movie. There was a little mistake that he didn't notice, like for instance you can see here we have this mirror and I didn't like that, it didn't look real. So I just told him in 23.7 on the grid, first image has a weird mirror that we need to remove. And he did that and he made just a new collage with all the images without the mirror. Now let's scroll down and here we can see we go to phase 4. So in phase 4, he started making videos out of our images. The best way to make your movie correct is to first make sure the images look right. And after that, go to phase 4 where you generate films out of this. So you don't have to do everything one by one. It's doing everything for you in a batch. So let's look at phase 4. So in phase 4, we had videos from our images and here you can see all the videos it generated. And this was made with Zenzdesign 2. You can see some more. And basically here was a mistake, like those players are getting out of the bus that was made from the luggage. So there are some mistakes, but he's not responsible for that, obviously, because this is a mistake from Zenzdesign and not from the agent. But I told him, like, we need to replace this shot, and he instantly did that, and that was fine. There was also another mistake, like he created daylight where it's supposed to be nightlight, or the other way around, I don't remember. And I told him just make the shot like daylight and not night, and he fixed that without any problem. So let's scroll down. Then we get to the full inventory of phase 4, and he also tells me, like, is there any mistakes in the videos, like the ball bounces instead of sitting still. So he sees those little mistakes, like physics flag, face and shadow instead of amber lit, hand geometry. So all those little mistakes that AI didn't notice before, he is noticing that, and that is really cool because you can really focus on the film itself and not on every little small detail that you need to fix. He's even telling that the boys are moving unnaturally. So let's scroll down actually to phase 5, and this is where the music was added. So in phase 5, he started adding some background music, he started adding some sound effects, and everything is generated with AI. So let's scroll down to the top, and here you notice Google Lyria 3 Pro. This is an AI model that makes music actually. So it's using that to generate your music. So you even have copyright-free music because you made it yourself, or actually with AI. So before the music was added to the film, he stitched all the scenes together, and I just looked at it like a whole movie. So keep in mind that every time you need to regenerate a scene or maybe some background music or remove like a little part from a video or image, it's gonna cost you credits. The more mistakes you make or the more changes you want to make to the video. Every time you change something, it's gonna cost you credit. So make sure your images look right before you start making videos, because image generations are cheaper than video generations. Video generations cost a lot. So if we look at the time this cost me, I think I was busy with this a few hours, maybe 6 hours, but not so much doing anything, more waiting until he was done with generating all those videos, because we have 26 videos here. So imagine generating 26 videos and then regenerating a couple of them, and then it's gonna generate these scripts for us, it's gonna generate these characters, these images, and then the music. So the whole process was quite long. So I thought I could make it faster, but it wasn't that fast. So if you compare Agent 1 with older AI workflows where you have multiple tools, repeated prompting, Agent 1 has everything in one place. So if you want to try it out, check the link in the description. I will put a link to invideo there. So for anyone who's serious about making AI movies, this is perfect to try it out, because you can really learn how to direct a movie here, and you don't need to focus on the prompting part, because you're not prompting, you're directing now. So thanks for watching this video. I'll put the link in the description of the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.